Good morning. Welcome to Anime NYC Friday. It's the day 2 of this convention here at the Javits Center, New York City. My name is Chrisu. Welcome. Thank you for joining me again. I've only been able to be here Thursday, Friday this weekend, so right now the crowds are light, even though what we may think otherwise based on what you see. Tomorrow, which I personally won't be here for, it will be pretty crazy Saturday. So I'm out here at what they call the Crystal Palace, just giving you a glimpse of the area. So out here in the front lobby, amazing looking Javits Center, big space, hanging posters, there's Silver Palace, there's a booth inside promoting that game. 7 Seas Entertainment, side games is here. So this is the kind of the 3rd floor atrium area. Yesterday I tried to get up to the Cosplay pavilion, but they were closed by the time I got there, so we'll start the day going up to that area. So this is a companion video to yesterday's video, as I will cover the places that I missed and maybe revisit some spots as well. So up this small escalator gets you to the 4th floor. We'll pan around and take a look at the venue again. It's great. There's no rain today. It was pretty stormy yesterday, which was very challenging. But here we are at Destination Cosplay. There's an exhibition, photo sets, meetups, repair, meet and greets, and changing stalls. So as you would expect at an anime convention, cosplay is a big part of it. So I'm glad that they set up a dedicated area to kind of celebrate that. So here it looks like we've got some displays by famous cosplay designers. We have it Inuyasha and Baldur's Gate right here. Sailor Moon and Tuxedo Mask. But it's very nice, tall ceilings, well air conditioned. So this is still considered a light crowd. Things will get very busy tomorrow if you're in town. But if you're not able to make it, I'm glad that you're watching my video just to give you a taste of what it's like to be at a big convention like this. There are not that many on the East Coast. So it's nice to attend them when you can.
Headed back to
I haven't been able to be at the West Coast for maybe a year, so perhaps in 2027 I'll be able to travel there and do a video. As you know, if you're wearing a big costume, expect to be stopped often for photos, but that's what you're there for. So it's an enjoyable time. So we're currently above the main exhibit hall. I'll show you that as we head our way out. But lots and lots of people. This convention has gone on for 5 years, 6 years, and it's gotten bigger every time. So here's a nice kind of a fantasy setting for cosplay. And then over here we have more of a mystical space setting with a crystal comet, meteor. But old series, classic series, new series. It's great to see so many kind of creative representations on things, on fandoms. And that's what I find the most fun lately, going to conventions. You know, I'm all about buying merchandise and fan goods, but you should just go see cosplayers and people expressing themselves, showing off their hobbies and their talents. I remember they've used this 4th floor for a lot of things. In previous years, this was kind of a stage for special guests. But I think they've made it more consistently to be a cosplay meeting area, something that's out of the way, so it doesn't really block the primary traffic, but is also spacious enough to have cosplay gatherings. So there is a schedule to try and organize people, so like everyone from Final Fantasy will gather at a certain time, everybody from Dragon Ball will organize at a certain time. Yeah, we got Vocaloid, Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, Arc Knights, and then some blank ones, I guess, to be filled in later. And so we have a Spy Family happening later this afternoon. It's a little bit past 1 o'clock, so I think the Fairy Tale folks are gathered up. But overall, it's a safe area. I say that as I know that I've had some friends who've had some theft occur in Artist Alley, so you still have to be careful. But given the large crowds, it is relatively safe. I cannot really reach above everyone's head with my attachment. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of cosplayers. Not sure how well you could see with that, but
Can I take a picture of this? Is that okay?
so lots of creative takes. I'm trying to get one more angle of this cosplay meetup if I can. But yeah, it's a popular gathering.
I don't know.
Personally, I'm a fan of Uma Musume. Narita Taishin is my favorite Agnes Digital. So it's great to see all those cosplayers here. And when you're attending conventions year after year, I remember like the Genshin Impact wave. How everyone was a Genshin character. Now we've moved on to other things. But hopefully, if you're into cons, it can be like a regular thing for you. And you get to see the culture evolve over the years. So let me find a little observation deck, a little window that peeks into the 3rd floor. So you can kind of get a glimpse of the exhibit hall from high above. It's one of the cool things of being up here on the 4th floor, the top level. And so if you see anybody you recognize, leave a comment, put a timestamp in it. This is a general anime convention, so includes Eastern, Western, sci-fi, comic book, video game. Lots of different genres are represented here. So here's kind of a glimpse of the 3rd floor. Rows and rows of tables and booths, artist alley, vendors, industry is represented here.
It's just a street. It's kind of weird. Yeah, and there, I think
So it's an impressive convention that has grown since the beginnings. They used to not book out the entire Javits Center. It would be like half the size of what you're seeing today in its initial years. But it's nice to see that they've pretty much rented it all the way to the very end of the building.
Do you think it's actually a whole new... No, maybe it's the Maybe it's the other side. Maybe we were on that.
I think we're just looking at it from a different angle.
Right? No.
Oh yeah, we were on the other side.
So, oh, we have another meetup up here. When you see people gathering in crowds, phones raised up, this looks like Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts gathering. So let's see if I can get everyone posing with their weapons.
I'll pretend I'm in there. Oh, I never returned your call. Damn it. And I literally just hold the sword and I'm like,
So it's a lot of fun. You know, you would be surprised when you cosplay a character that you'll find someone with a similar idea, or at least from the same series, and you can make new friends that way, new contacts. Dress as one character and then find the companion character at the convention, and then take a nice double photo together. Or reenact some of your favorite scenes, or create new ones. Happy to see this. It was Aku from Samurai Jack. There's an Aerith, Card Captor Sakura, and Magical Mirai Rin. So, good times. So the only way out is the way we came in. Let's go straight downstairs. Yesterday I spent a lot of time in the exhibit hall, so we'll cover all the other areas of the convention, places you might not know about. You come in the building and you see the big exhibit hall first, and that can capture your attention for the entire day, going from booth to booth. So it being a 4-day convention is almost necessary for you to see everything. But here's the main exhibit hall. We'll jump in there later. My video yesterday covered a lot of ground, but we'll do some more afterwards. But I'm going to take the escalators and steps all the way down to the ground level. I'll show you that there are quiet zones. There are places that are more chill in case you get overstimulated out in the main lobby like this. But like all big conventions, they'll start selling next year's pretty soon after this one ends. And if you buy early, you get a discount. And if you buy early, they'll mail your badge to you, which is a huge time saver. It's a big time saver so that you don't have to stand in line to pick up a badge once you're here. So even out here is, with the nice lighting, often it's a cosplay meetup area. So if the only money you spend is for the badge, you can still have a really good time just hanging out here, not needing to buy anything else other than food, I suppose.
Everybody is going the other side. I got.
So, you walk just a little few steps and you encounter another cosplay meetup. I think in my Thursday video there wasn't a whole lot going on. They don't really start scheduling the big events until Friday today. Thursday is more of kind of an early opening for mostly merch getters. vendors get a little extra time to sell things, and you get some extra time to go buy things. So maybe you can spend Friday, Saturday, Sunday on events and panels. So this is the Sakura stage. It's the smaller of the stage, kind of a companion to the main stage. But you still have pretty good events here. Some anime previews, meetings with famous like actors and creators. So this is level 1. The ground level. This is where certain lounges are. That says quiet room. So in there is just an area to kind of sit and relax. These hallways, we've got chairs where you can just kind of recharge, reorganize your bag, or just catch your breath. Down here in the ground level is a food court. So lots of options for getting a meal or a snack, a drink, tables to sit and for a little bit of a recharge in the middle of your day. Over on the left is the special events hall. This is the main stage. Can't really see it, the doors are closed, but the real big events and the concerts happen in here. But also just lots of floor space in general, again, just to have a quick photo shoot. Or to get yourself kind of resituated. It's called Nibble and Graze. But it's a big convention. You'll get your steps in going back and forth. FedEx has a presence here, so I see them on the monitors. Overall, Wi-Fi cellular reception is pretty good. I think there's technically Wi-Fi in the building, but it's pretty usually unreliable for large convention centers, especially when you've got thousands of people in the building. It's a big technological ask. But here on the first floor, I discovered something new that the convention is doing this year. It's called the Family Zone. And so if you've got like younger kids, you can bring them for some coloring, some activities, just a quiet corner. Here's the display.
The Family Zone.
Family Zone.
Oh, Family Zone? Yeah.
Sponsored by Scholastic, so Captain Underpants. You can get some merch here. So they're expanding it for all ages. And it's very simple, just some tables, an activity area back there. So a nice, quiet, and cool space to kind of engage, read some manga, some children's stories. Fun for the whole family. Let's see. Over here, this hall serves two purposes. This is the queue for the main stage. So you could, on the left side here, right in front of us, you can sit here if you're waiting for the next stage event. Get here early to secure a good spot. They have all this space meant for waiting. And then over here, and I think this is a great idea that they moved it down here this year, is guest autographs. Because you're spending most of your time waiting your turn. You're here to see a voice actor, live action actor, or a creator, artist. I can't go too far since obviously they prohibit cameras and videos, but this guest autograph section you read up on their schedule and you come here to maybe get some merch autographed. But it's great that it's down here so that it's out of the way, not blocking the main traffic. But the special guests at this convention are always very popular. So I'm glad that it's down here, so that means it gives more space upstairs for exhibit hall vendors without large crowds kind of blocking traffic. We'll move forward. Because even downstairs there's lots of different halls. So this is 1C. And we'll march on down to, I think 1B is next.
Oh my god! Wow, that's a really well hidden secret.
Thanks for walking with me, hanging out. I live on East Coast and have had family obligations that prevented me from doing my usual travel out to California. But maybe next year I'll be able to get out there. So up next is the Gaming and Community Hall. And a lot of people might not realize that this is down here if you spend all your time upstairs on the 3rd floor. But this is where you have video games. A sponsor owns these Japanese arcade boxes, and they're set up here for free play. Racing games, rhythm games especially, Beat, Sound, Vortex, Voltex. You got DDR Extreme, Stepmania, and there's a Taiko there. Taiko is here. Poppin' music. Now the gacha games, you do have to spend some money and buy some tokens to get the prize machines do cost some money, but the video games do not. So if you want to try some your Japanese style but then these booths feature like indie games, independent games that you might want to give you a little demo or take a picture and look them up later. Might be available on Steam or other services. Here we have the classic CRT cabinets. You can tell that they have that effect on my video screen. Shunidum. And here's the Street Fighter puzzle game. So, it's a very neat little hidden gem down here. It's crowded, but not as crowded as the exhibit hall. There's enough space to navigate. Still merch, plenty of merch sold down here. We got hats, lanyards, pillows, plushies. This one's got license plate. Order, so lots of unique things. And I'll definitely come across the D&D tables.
Strategy work like that.
Here we got some like classic Nintendo. Hi, how you doing? Nice booth.
Thank you so much.
Yes. favorite Uma. So up ahead are the tabletop areas, TCGs, CCGs, or any sort of board games. That's what these tables are for. I think all you have to do is kind of sign up and rent a table reserve a table. You can probably not rent again. To just hang out, play some Magic or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! And over here, I'm really happy to see Mahjong tables. So, might be sponsored by Mahjong Seoul, but here's an opportunity for you to play and learn Rishi Mahjong with new people or play with your friends. So, opportunity to learn new things. Over here is kind of a miniature food court. You're never too far away from food options. This is an izakaya, so they actually sell some alcohol. Get yourself some sake, try it out if you haven't had a chance before. But make sure you show your ID. Here's a banh mi. Banh mi. Looks like a giant pear. So this is just like dance area. They'll play different mixes of songs, and if you know the choreography, come join in. Audio jungle, audio jungle. I don't know if this song is copyrighted. We'll find out later. But certainly, lots of ways to have fun. So we got tables just for relaxing, enjoying, for eating. Just want to take a peek on the other side real quick. Probably just more food. But that performance stage not only is for dancing, but community often just have panels or presentations. But yeah, it looks like ice cold craft soda is for sale here. More tables. This is a giant Japanese calligraphy performance. I think he's here all weekend doing it 3 times a day. 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m. And there's an example of his work over there. Looks like here's a yellow screen photo booth. And then PC, PlayStation setups. It's an Avatar fighter. I see, it looks like Soul Calibur, I'm not quite sure. Maybe Street Fighter. Yeah, different ways to kind of just show up your skills and meet new people, try some versus battles. I see lots of PS5s being set up as well. So, yeah, check in at this table. Get yourself a table or a time slot. See a bit of Gunpla. Demos for games called Lemony Fresh. Dracania, not sure, and then Omega the Dome. A puzzle game called Scramble Star Crossing. And here's neat. This is kind of done like in a style like an apothecary. Looks like they sell fragrances. Done all medieval, mystical theme. I see bath bombs and candles, so that's nice. All right, and so it's, sponsored by Play.NYC. You can probably learn a bit more going to that website. That is the Gaming and Community Hall. 1B. Down at 1A should be panel rooms. Not too much to see, but at least I'll walk by there to give you a glimpse.
Now we're at 1B02, and that's not it.
So you can always check online for the schedule of what panels occur when. So this is the panel area. Pretty low key, but all the things happen in the big rooms. Now, here we go. Long line here for room 1A06. No filming inside the panel, and we're not going in, but let's see what's happening real soon. They're probably getting ready for the 1:30 Bandai Namco Filmworks Industry panel, so I think that's what everyone's waiting for. And that's what the big line is for. But more or less, it's just a room full of rooms. Room full of rooms. Find your destination. Show up a little bit early for your panel, and then enjoy the chat. Get to meet some creators, or just get a sneak peek at maybe upcoming things by a company. So that, in summary, is the first floor level. Panels, the gaming hall, special events, guest autographs this year, family zone, and some lounges and a food court down on the first level. So this is level 2 atrium. Again, kind of an open lobby area for baggage check, coat check. Escalators up to the third level. So pretty open space. Up there at the very end is about where I started the video. But without stepping outside, you can see the weather is much nicer in New York City. The clouds, sky and clouds, big contrast to the rain we had yesterday, kind of keeping everybody inside. But now you're free to roam outside. There are food trucks, so lots of opportunities to eat. In fact, it looks like this doesn't look like a one-way exit. Okay, you can stand here and still be considered inside the convention. Once you get past those gates there with the blue-shirted guards, that's when you've officially left. So you don't have to go through security all over again. So I see like registration down that way. If you haven't purchased a badge, you need to buy one on site. That's that little building there. food trucks out here, out in the sun. You might need to do some cosplay in the sunlight, or just sit and eat your snacks. So we're here in Hudson Yards, on the west side, I guess lower west side of Manhattan. I don't know New York City that well, but very urban landscape here at the Javits Center. But it's a massive building. So let's see, we did the fourth floor, we did the first floor, and then let's head up briefly to look at the Crystal Palace area one last time, and then we'll head inside and do the exhibit hall to close out the walkthrough today.
I don't want to keep you too long either if you have to go get your jacket.
But lots of people, even for a Friday. If you're here for the whole weekend, buy the 4-day weekend pass. Best value. Or if you're definitely only able to afford a single day, get the day passes. But the Saturday one sells out quickest. So if you think you can attend only on Saturday, make sure you reserve that badge early. And Saturday passes are in high demand, so you probably could resell it if you buy one in advance and then later find out you're not able to make it. So we're ascending the steps to level 3, which is where the street entrance is to the Javits Center. But out here, very nice indoor lighting, natural light for cosplay photos. And over there up on the upper right is where I started this video. Headed up to that's where the cosplay area is, between those two red dividers. Yeah, welcome to Anime NYC. All right, let's dive in.
Let me just do another version.
And inside is where you Yeah, we're in the right spot.
So we are entering the exhibit hall, kind of in the middle of it. You can see up above are the navigation banners, 1300, 1400, 1500, that's where we currently are. Helps keep you at least a little oriented in case you get lost. So if you know the booth number of where you're going, you at least know whether you're backwards or forwards. So one of the larger booths here, Cover Core's HoloLive production. This whole area in front will get filled with people when it's time for a live show. Right now this is a bit of a pre-recorded bit. A bit of downtime. Honkai Star Rail is here with standees and merch for sale. The surprise of the year, I'd say, is Friskies, where they actually are giving away cat food.
Sorry, I was holding it and I was like, what's going on?
Kodansha, Blue Lock. And then from a distance, you can see Arcanite's Enfield in yellow. You got Nikkei. So up here, the tables are pushed a little closer together, so it's not as easy to navigate compared to the lower levels. Yes, there's Silver Palace. A lot of these booths have little freebies they give away, usually tote bags, so that when you're carrying them throughout the convention, it's like free advertisement. But a lot of the booths have lines wrapped around, which only adds to the congestion. One of the lines is watch.
She wants the fan. She wants the fan.
So sometimes it might be easy just to get turned around by accident. It's just the crowds or the flow of traffic just pushes you a certain way. But I can already sense that it feels more dense than yesterday. And it's not even Saturday yet. I'll try to go in a direction I didn't go yesterday, but we'll start we got some figures here. $30 each or 2 for $50. And then some of them are individually priced.
Oh, that's good. Well, it's just a little hot glue.
There's a hot
We had a discussion about something like that last night.
And we have first of many weapon stores.
I've seen lots of Angel, but only
So if you're short, if you need something to complete your cosplay, or you're starting to get some cosplay ideas, you can begin with a weapon here. Guns, swords, hammers, shields, rifles, magic wands, and scythes.
Oh no, I'm bugging. I'm at 2,300.
We got a bit of K-pop here too. Oh yeah, and in addition to merch, there's just like food.
got 3 samples.
We got tea, honey tea, figurines, sword, lots of Pokemon. Weapon store number 2. I don't think they're all affiliated. I think they probably they work individually, but there's just so many things up for grabs.
I'm right here, babe.
There's a place called Ruby Art, aptly named because there's a lot of red. But very Japanese style, Japanese themed artwork in black and white and red. Patches for sale, jewelry.
Lifestyle, kind of like that is the nature. Hey! Why are we getting so cheapy?
More figures for sale, and here there's actually a lot of mystery boxes.
But unless it's like a
Lots and lots of
I usually just buy figures. You have a gift.
mystery boxes.
Aaron Yeager Toys X.
Of all sizes, Office, Stranger Things, The Hobbit, Wizard of Oz, Ghostbusters, Nightmare Before Christmas, The Goonies, Aliens, Star Trek, Star Wars, Astrobot. So these are, they cost $70 thereabout, give or take. Buy two, get one free, it says. So if you really like a particular IP series, Rick and Morty box right there, it may be worthwhile for you to do a bit of gambling. You pay for a mystery box and hopefully get a cool thing or two inside that. Would be, they always say that the items inside are worth more than the price you pay. So if you're just collecting anything, then yeah, grab a mystery box. Lots of plushies. Here's, I see a bunch of Sonic. But then bags, outdoor bags. Here's some nails. By Bling Empire, we have nails and hair sticks.
Find out that it was to pick up.
So coffee. Themed coffee. We got Lord of the Rings coffee. Over on the right is the food court. I'll talk about it briefly, but I walked down more booths on yesterday's video because the lines are a lot longer today with more crowds. But if you ever want some takoyaki, okonomiyaki, taiyaki, yaki means fried, if you haven't figured it out by now. We got Japanese curry, we got onigiri, we have bubble tea, ice cream. Definitely more crowded than yesterday, but this is kind of the Japanese like snack fair festival food. Now here we got hot sauce for sale. This line is super long for the grilled squid among other things. So this is not a great place to casually walk. Excuse me. Okay. So we'll steer clear of that section for today. And this is the third weapon shop. I'm pretty sure I was not here 5 minutes ago. But out here in the exhibit hall, the vendor area, it's mostly merch. When we get to Artist Alley later on, that'll be more of the kind of the fan-made fan arts with the keychains and posts and prints. But this is more tangible things. This booth is called Egg Atelier 3025. Oh, these are crochet, looks like. So nice creations. Yeah, so we're down to booth 3000, row 30. It's definitely a long exhibit hall.
Did you buy that?
There we go, a day spa. 15 minutes, $25 just to get a quick massage. That's kind of neat. It's a bit of something unique. And this looks like weapon store number 4. There's some clothing here. I see socks.
They're work.
here at NYC, we may come across some 18 plus sections. Which for the sake of YouTube, I won't get too close. Lots of rubber keychains, phone straps, earrings. Lots of charms, some Final Fantasy, other fantasy series. It is difficult to navigate, so sometimes I'm holding the camera a little higher up just to give you a good vantage point while I thread through the masses. I'll try to get back down the aisles. Here's a good spot, 2200. But it's so colorful here. Some tables are maybe more steampunky, some are dark, and then you may then see like a very colorful one right next to it with the pastel hues and colors. Up here on the left is weapon store number 5.
But now I'm like, let's walk around and check out what
Some more charms and cute things. I don't know if I'll find them here, but I'm personally looking for straw toppers. Like if you have a thermos or a Stanley cup, those kinds of things. You might want something to put on top of your straw to keep it covered. I'm bound to find something here if I just look hard enough or take enough time. Meowing counts 25, then meow. Next to pretty rats. Baby Dragon, $15, headbands.
I just got out of my bag.
We'll find it again.
Hair clips.
Like I'm lucky I even have. I used to think about now.
Yeah, it should be.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
So no one else wants to go up.
Is that gonna be a no?
Oh my god, it's Gilgamesh!
Oh, Egg Atelier has like his 2 tables. Wow, they're big. I did not expect to see a table twice at 2 different locations. But yeah, very, very cute crochet style merch. Forge Panda. Capybara on the potty. Casita Manga, the first Latina-owned bookstore in the nation. And this place does buyback. Undiscovered Realm will buy your merch.
That's Pop Jumbo.
Another weapon shop, I've lost count. So if you see up there, that's where I was standing earlier in the video looking over it. So now we're down here on the floor looking up at it.
Oh, here, you want to check out this one? Yeah.
Trying just to navigate, make my way through.
I just need to confirm. Is the one I walked to?
One more weapon store. Probably should be on the right side. But yeah, walking through here can definitely sap your energy. So pace yourself. You have the entire day. Here's some fudge for sale.
Get a sample while you're here. We have taste.
Like a fudgy brownie bag. I got a black cherry barbecue.
So lots of treats. Smells nice.
But the thing is, chat, that it's kind of crazy.
Lots and lots of figures. Let me temporarily go zoom out mode. See, that gives you more of a panoramic view. I don't use the zoom level too often since looking at the VOD later, it does kind of, the fisheye effect is a little bit jarring, but we'll see if it lets you see a little bit more for a couple minutes. I know I don't spend enough time at these particular tables, so let's do a quick little lap. Here we've got like Blu-rays for sale, or maybe they're all games. So if you want physical media before all the digital subscriptions, just delete your stuff and get like a hard disk to keep in your library. I see wall scrolls. Yeah, like I was saying earlier, you can spend like an hour only exploring maybe a quarter, 20% of the exhibit hall. Then you should go grab a snack, take a short little break, have a sit,
Like, not gonna lie, I kind of want to do now.
and then get up and explore another 20%.
All the stuff is coming in.
All while you keep an eye on your watch in case you've got a panel coming up or a stage event. There's lots to do at the convention. Big ones like this. In a way, the crowds could help you slow things down. Gives you more time to look left and right since you can't look forward. I think I've led into a little bit of artist alley going this far. You know it's Artist Alley when you start seeing lots and lots of prints.
I think it means online, like regular. Or
Okay. So this is the south end of the exhibit hall, where the space opens up a little bit more. But yeah, illustrations galore.
Dude, it smells strong.
All right. Up ahead, I see a booth called the Fish Market. This is a fish-themed keychains and lanyards. More figures for sale. One more weapon store here, maybe the 7th or the 8th one. Well, we're over an hour on the video, so I may have to end it soon without seeing much of Artist Alley today.
Round? Yeah, I think she was in like a similar circle. If you don't know the name, that's fine. But I've seen her wearing one.
So here we are, the VTuber meet and greet.
Is she in ANYC?
So lots of opportunities to speak to streamers. This is like an 18+ section. There's Faku, there's J18 Jast, Manga Gamer. So I'll be limited in what I can film here. But it's pretty wide open, so be careful where you take your family, but they will ask for ID if you get too very close and you start to browse. Here's the Tanga booth. Yeah, I kind of walked in on it. There's the content advisory sign. But when you're wandering about, you can stumble upon surprising things. So yeah, I won't quite make it to Artist Alley this video. My throat's getting a little dry. I need to go stop and get a drink. But I did do Artist Alley yesterday. So please check out the Thursday, day 1 video from yesterday, where I spent more time in the exhibit hall. I made sure to focus this video on the other areas so that the two of them together can cover definitely almost the entire convention. But here's lots of figures. We're back in like the main industry area. But I'll head to the corner and then we'll call it a wrap for day 1. But definitely encourage you to try and make it to a convention like this someday. Or if you've been here, maybe this video will help you kind of remember some highlights or certain things that you've been yourself. And then, you know, my personal recommendation, go on Thursday and Friday as opposed to Saturday. And Sunday, the crowds are still thick, but many of the merch tables will have sold out of their stock by Sunday. And it's not really, I don't think tables will do sales on final day. Some might. But yeah, this is definitely very crowded and a little bit challenging to do like a proper video. But I hope that you get a good glimpse of how the look and feel of a convention. Do you have a budget for yourself? You'll be spending lots of money, or you'll be tempted to spend lots of money. Places take cash, they take credit cards. Usually if you bring cash, you won't have to pay a tax or surcharge. Well, maybe it's probably tax included in a lot of these prices. I shouldn't say you avoid tax. But the processing fees usually associated with credit cards would be waived if you pay in cash. One last weapon store over here. I think they know that you're not likely to be exploring the entire floor, so each weapon store just has their own little coverage area. Because you might not have a lot of time available. There's some like glow in the dark and a black light pins. All right, so from one end to the other, with the further end being the Japanese food festival, down to this end with the kind of the larger industry booth, that is the majority of Anime NYC sans Artist Alley. But please refer to my other video for a walkthrough of Artist Alley, as well as check out 2025, 2024 previous years of Anime NYC. Every year there's a little bit different looks and different merch, different cosplays. But if you want a general idea of conventions, each of my walkthroughs kind of gives you that feel. So thank you for watching. Definitely appreciate you. Leave some comments. And I hope to continue doing this. And maybe in 2027, I'll be able to travel to a couple more locations. But yeah, weather is great today on Friday, August 21st, 2026. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Lots to see and do. Hope you enjoy Anime NYC. We'll see you in the next one. This is Chris Houston. Thank you very much.